All right. What's up, everybody? It's the Graham Light Gazette where we talk about One Piece damn near every damn day. Those are my dogs in the back. But today, we're talking about that dog, the dude that got the dog in him. We're talking about Rob Lucci. You know what I'm saying? He may
Oh,
have the cat
cat.
zone. He's a cool cat. You know what I mean? But he's that dude. Rob Lucci, the threat, the menace, the CP agent, the mass murderer. What else we call him?
Massacre weapon.
The massacre weapon. Thank you. That's his epitaph. Um, yeah, we're gonna talk about him. We're gonna talk about him in the new world and our expectations and what we've seen so far. So if you like One Piece content, like, comment, subscribe, do all that social media stuff. That's Kev. I'm Corey. As always, Kev helped set the scene for this one.
And it's tough because Rob Lucci is a very complex individual. We have known Rob for quite some time. I mean, back in Water 7, he was an undercover agent in CP9 at the time. He was there to infiltrate and get the blueprints. We're first introduced to the cat Zoan at this time as well, which was really cool for the time. Like him turning into a big ass cat. But recently he's been, he was back with us in Egghead. But now he's also gotten like a promotion to CP0, and he seems to have awakened though. Which, if you
Off
guys know anything
screen.
about your Zoan, yeah, mythical Zoans, or your Nico no Mi, he has this ferocious carnivore side to him where he's just a plain killer, which I find the most fascinating.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
And the speaking of the awakening, Kaku also has, but I
Mm-hmm.
am expecting Jabra to be included in that, the third
Mm,
strongest. He made a pretty significant. Uh, well, he talked about it quite often. I'll say that during the Water
okay.
Seven and these lobby arcs, he was like, "Yeah, I'm the third strongest. I'm the third strongest. Here's our power levels." That's when Oda was trying out power levels. But so I'm expecting Jabra, but he was in Ennie's lobby, not Ennie's lobby. He was at Marijwa at the time, the whole Vivi incident. But I'm expecting that. Um, Lucci, as the point of the video, is just like always on the hunt. In the most recent episode, 1125, we saw him try to do a sneak attack on Vegapunk. Stussy got in his way.
Yep.
Kind of a feat for Stussy, watching how fast she is because she rivaled his speed. She didn't block him or deter him. She just kind of jumped in the way. But still, that's something. But
True.
where Kaku is like, hey, you know what? We said we had a truce. We said we had an alliance. Like, we're in bad shape right now. Like, whatever, man. It is what it is. Like, Lucci's like, no, I'm just going to sit here and plot and not talk to nobody and be real
Yeah.
antisocial.
Like Kaku, like you were just saying, Kaku's like basically asleep over here because if you absorb the traits of your Zoan type, like we're supposed to assume, I feel like giraffes are just chillax, like chilling, like. But you get a cat zone like Lucci over here, and he's plotting. He's in the corner, just stewing
Watching.
on it. Yeah, watching like a cat would. I mean, for those of you who have house cats, you can tell like when a cat sees something outside through the window, its eyes laser in, it wants to go hunt it. It's just some instinctual thing. But this goes back to kind of how he was raised also. Now we are unaware of when the devil fruit was then given to Lucci, if it was something that he received along the way through his training. Maybe it was a reward for a mission. Maybe it was on a mission. Who knows? But we do know that he was born somewhere named Guan Hao. And about 24 years ago, he started training alongside of CP9 hopefuls like Bluno and Jabra. But he started learning something, and we were talking in the pre show a little bit about it, the Roshiki style and the assassination method. And we were talking about how it could be something very comparable to things we've learned in Skypiea and Wano. Did you want to talk a little more about that?
I think so. Rogoshiki, the mantras that they use in Skypiea, I forget what they called it, but Skypiea, they were able to use future sight, basically. Eneru was able to use observation hockey. We just didn't know it was observation hockey. They were like, he can hear everything. He's in the clouds. He's in the lightning. He's in the, you know, no, he has Conqueror's hockey. Not Conqueror's hockey. He has observation hockey. Sorry, not Conqueror's. He has observation hockey. And then we meet these people, these CP agents, that are using Rokoshiki techniques, like attacking you without attacking you, like piercing you with like hockey stronger than hockey. And we learned that in the post time skip, we're adding this blackened arm and this blackened hockey for our benefit, but it's really not looking like that. It's just normal, unless you have a blade. But Rogoshiki techniques are very similar to Rio, because that's what they know. It's a whatever his attack was against Luffy when he was just doing that. That's just a hockey pulse. The things that Sentomaru is doing, like the air palms, that's just a hockey pulse. Like that's basically all Luffy had to learn in Wano. Going farther, even that, I had one more example that was like hockey for. Kobe. We've talked about it numerous times. When he hit that boulder and it imploded from the inside out. Hockey. Where do you learn that? Military. All these factions outside the Skypians affiliated with military. Who said that the Skypians ain't also affiliated with the military? Because that's like a branch of the military that it came from, but that's going down a different road. But that being said, I think they all know these hockey techniques, and it's more adapt to them. So him bonding with his devil fruit to the level of awakening, I think it's more natural. I have a theory where when you learn Rio, you know how to meld better with your devil fruit. That's why. Oh, that's my last one. Sabo, when he got his flame fruit, he was already using his dragon claw. That's hockey. That's Rio. And so all he did was use the same abilities, but with the flame. That's why it was so potent and powerful, is my running theory. But that's my theory on the Rokoshiki techniques and stuff.
And to like what we were saying in the pre-show is, just because one group of people calls it one thing and then another calls it something different does not mean they're different concepts in general. You can have some overlap. Now when you have planet resets like what we've seen here recently with the first world, second world, third world, Rokushiki could just be the newest iteration of that, where your other forms were from the first world, from the second, and these could just be something that they've adapted through the years, or maybe they learned themselves. For a real world example that I like to use is, you have, in our growing civilization here on Earth, you had multiple different types of civilizations creating pyramids at the same time in history, without any correspondence amongst each other or anything like that. So it really does beg the question, how did all of these concepts really be introduced to this world? That way people can kind of develop their own ways to get there.
Kind of speaking on that, like hidden history, that's also a point of this video. What is he going to do post Vegapunk's message? So this is a post 1125 episode, like reaction to Lucci as a whole, but we do know what happens in the arc. He does listen to Vegapunk's message. He does leave with Kaku, and he's very silent about it.
Also lies.
He also
lies about he lies.
He doesn't correct.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know.
Kaku and Stussy, they also seem like they had their own thing going on with their conversations, where it's like, look, I'm a level with you. But it's still possible that he wants to go kill Stussy so that he can not be a liar. It's very possible that he is going to stay on the side of the world government, because why not? This lets me kill the most people. It's also very possible that they're going to start including other people into the Gods Knights, like on our theory. We've had multiple theories. Check those videos out. he would be a perfect candidate if they were going to do another God Valley war game. Like, I feel like
look,
he's highly sought after.
and I'll put the comic relief already in here just because. Well, I'll say it. Egghead Lucci, he got dog walked, cat walked, if mind you. But at this, it's like he went there with all the confidence in the world, and we didn't cover, you know, overreaching confidence in the abilities chapter of Lucci. But this guy's delusional. He really showed up to Egghead thinking like Luffy's. I don't consider Luffy a Yonko. Like it doesn't matter what you think, dog. This guy's a god, and he's about to whoop your ass.
In Lucci's defense, there's no way he could have saw Luffy learning basically his Rokushiki techniques and becoming a man of mythical creation. You know what I mean? Like,
look,
but
accolades
also,
though. You just beat Kaido. That already puts. Hey, look. Hey, we're good, bro.
Hey,
we're good.
Hey, I read the paper. It says that there was about 18 people with you. He was partying for 3 days before. He didn't sleep. He also fought another Yonko. It says a lot right
Fair
here.
Fair enough.
But like Lucci, I feel like it's you're fighting who is eventually going to be two of the top 10 strongest people.
Yes.
Probably in history. In this chapter of history.
Oh, you mean like Zoro and Luffy?
Yeah. So it's those are who you're competing with. And Luffy did dog walk you. Zoro stalled you. But if you're in top 20, I don't see that. There's a lot of characters in One Piece. Like
yeah. Hey,
definitely useful as a God's Knight. I also think like Gunko is probably going to be in top 20 at the end of the day. Who knows? Actually, no. I got to make a list because Admiral's got to be up there. Like
yeah.
Sabo got to be up there. Like never mind.
and we also don't know the pipeline here because we're learning piece by piece every week about kind of what makes the God's Knights, and the history behind it. We don't know if the original 20 kingdoms are what comprises the current government today. So what I'm thinking is Gunko could be a new addition, and she could be a former CP0 agent as well. And we could very well see a couple God's Knights drop here in Elbath, and then Lucci gets round 3 with Luffy, which I don't know if it's going to be much different. How do you beat his ass even worse? I would be
interested to see what your guys' comments are below. Everybody watching, like, how do you guys feel about Gunko not being a celestial dragon? How do you guys feel about some of these God's Knights not being celestial dragons, or modified? You know what I mean? Maybe slaves, former slaves, or something, just indoctrinated. Let us know in the comments below how you guys feel like about that. We have multiple videos. Check them out. You guys will know our thoughts, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts. But yeah, Lucci.
Yeah, and I want to hear one last thing from you guys down in the comments. We have already been discussing the Rokushiki. Where do you guys think that ends at? Are they able to really learn something as complex as Conqueror's Haki if you follow these teachings of the Rokushiki? Can we see Rob Lucci use Conqueror's Haki in the future?
Yeah, like is there a final level of these Rokushiki techniques, like a Conqueror's Haki or something akin to Conqueror's Haki? Because it's like through trial and effort, anybody can be something, and maybe this is just like that. Conqueror's Haki is just like that lineage factor, but it's like, yo, that's just you're able to get it. But you gotta, it's like a mutant ability. You gotta stress the hell out. You know what I mean? You gotta watch somebody die in front of you or something. But also, through patience, effort, and repetition, you can also get it. Much like a Saiyan.
And I think Lucci, and I guess I kind of equate like Lucci to Gary from Pokemon, where he's our arch nemesis. He's always gonna be here. We're gonna meet him a couple times along the way. But I think we're going to beat his ass every single time we see him. So I don't want to, bury the lead here. I don't think he's ever going to beat Luffy. But like you said, top 20 is nothing to sneeze at. Like, you still out here fighting the upper echelon.
I was going to say, like, if you're fighting Jinbei, like, I'd be... But it'd be the same as not page 1. Who's who fighting Jinbei? I'd be like, all right, man, but, like, I know you're going to win, but, like, you going to be cool? Like,
Careful now. Careful now.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Watch that now. You're a big dude. You ain't that quick. Plant your feet. Plant your feet.
but you got. But I want to see you guys what you guys' thoughts are on Lucci. Like, what do you guys think about his reintroduction? Do you think we're going to see him in the future, or was this it? Is Rob Lucci kind of taking his character course, and that's it? We're done with him.
Yeah.
Who knows? You guys do though.
So you guys let us know, and we will be back in the next video.
Peace.